Hey guys, Michael from Copper vs Glass, and these are the OpenRock X, a pair of air conducting sports earbuds. But what does it mean? Are they any good? Let's take a look. So just a little bit of housekeeping before we get into the video. The OpenRock X come in at $169 and come in white, black and the orange variant that I have here. Now if you've not heard of OpenRock before, they do a ton of nice audio gear, whether it's headphones, in-ear, over-ear or some like these with the air conduction side of things. They've got a ton of options, mainly catered towards those that are really into sport. So today we're going to take a look at the overall design, sound quality, battery life and just in general if they're for everybody. But first off, let's take a look at the unboxing. Now I'm going to go through this a little bit quickly compared to normal because it's kind of your standard affair when it comes to the unboxing experience. You've got a little bit of information about the actual headphones on the actual packaging side of things, and then once you get into it, you've got the headphones, you've got a charging cable, and of course you've got all of your paperwork. Now the charging side of things is going to be USB-C to A. It would have been nice to see a C to C cable, but it's got a nice yellow accent to it and it's pretty good overall. Then of course we got onto the actual OpenRock X themselves in this super nice orange colorway, and they've got a super nice premium feel to them. It's got a nice chamfered edge on the side here, you've got this nice orange material, and the inside of things is more of a matte orange compared to the metal outside side of things here, but in general I think they've got a really nice overall look to them. And to be honest guys, when it comes to the overall design of the OpenRock X, they're pretty unique in a couple of ways. So just taking a quick look around them, of course you've got a mixture of matte, glossy and also metal materials here, and with the orange variant that I have here, all of the metal side of things is a nice bronze gold colour. In general it's got a nice sort of kind of classic look to it in general, but it has a really nice overall look and feel to it. They also feel really sturdy as well. Now obviously there's a lot of articulation, whether it's the movement up and down, left or right, to allow you to get that perfect fit, but just in general they've got a nice solid feel to them. Now don't get me wrong, they're not necessarily heavy or anything like that because again they're air conduction headphones, you want them to feel as light as possible, but they feel premium while also still feeling extremely light and comfortable even for those longer listening sessions. Now you do have a couple of buttons on the earbuds themselves, and that's just for your general controls: play, pause, forward, backwards track, volume, and also going into the sound profile side of things. So yeah, the overall control side of things is pretty good, but of course you do then have the OpenRock application, which way you can get in there, dig deeper and get all the information that you need to with regards to your sound profiles, exactly what those buttons do, and just in general check out things like the battery life. It's maybe a little bit of a bare bones app compared to some of the competition, but it does the job for exactly what's needed. And then of course we come onto the case, and this has a really nice unique sliding mechanism that I've not really seen before. As you can see, once you actually get the headphones in and out, they basically just slide in and out with this nice pop mechanism. You push down, it comes out just a little bit so you can grab onto it and get them out, and the USB-C side of things also follows that as well, which for some reason is a really nice touch. You've also then got the Bluetooth button on there as well, so if you don't pair them directly from just opening the case like you normally can, then you can use that button, pair them as you normally would, and again you can pair them to multiple different devices with the multi-point layout. You've also then got the metal carabiner side of things, so if you did want to hang them off a backpack for example, the overall case does feel extremely solid, so if you do throw it around, I don't necessarily think it's going to get too damaged, but then again we do have moving parts. It's not just going to be an open and closed lid like here with some other earbuds. It does have an actual mechanism in there, I'm guessing some sort of spring mechanism, so yeah, we'll see obviously how that holds up over time, but in general it looks and feels pretty good. And then of course we get onto the sound side of things. Now that $169 price tag is kind of in line with some other competition, maybe from Samsung, Google Pixel Buds, or even some of the older generations of AirPods, so there's pretty heavy competition at this price point. Now don't get me wrong, these headphones are completely different to what you're going to be finding out there. There's no active noise cancellation, you don't really have noise isolation, there's no silicone tips or anything like that, so it's a little bit different in regards to who's actually going to be using them, but price point I'm hoping the sound's going to live up. So OpenRock have implemented their own version of kind of spatial sound with their theatre special sound. Now what this basically does is allows you to get more of a spacious feeling with the overall sound profile, so it's going to be better with sort of louder and more heavier music maybe, and of course that music that has a lot of instruments to it and a lot of levels to it, it's going to sound pretty good. And then of course because this is mainly made for people that are using it for sport or gym purposes, they had to include a bass mode. And to be honest guys, although nothing's actually in the ear, the bass side of things on some occasions was maybe a little bit overpowering, which I wasn't really expecting because again you don't have that seal, you don't really have anything going directly in the ear, so it was actually kind of a nice surprise here. So if you are a fan of bass, then again these are doing a pretty good job. Now inside the OpenRock X you do have 14.2mm custom dynamic drivers, and basically what that means is you've got some pretty big sound here. So again, in regards to the overall volume side of things or the sound stage, you're hopefully not going to have really too many issues. Now don't get me wrong, it was maybe a little bit better for certain types of music, mainly again the sort of dancey sort of drum and bass or R&B style music. For me, more into the heavy metal side of things into more of the louder side of things, it did get a little bit muddy from time to time, but in general I think they sound okay. Now again, they're not for everyone. If you use them mainly for watching movies or listening to voices on podcasts, for example, because the open nature where you can hear everything that's going on around you, then maybe they're not the best for that. However, if you're at the gym, for example, you do need to hear out for things, or you're going for a run and you need to look out for traffic, then yeah, there's a pretty good option here. And I think part of the overall sound here is because of the fit of the OpenRock X. Like I said, they've got a ton of articulation and movement to them that allows you to actually get them as close to your ear as you can. Now again, where they are open back and you don't actually have anything going in the ear like I mentioned before, you want to kind of have the driver side of things as close to the ear canal as you can, because again, that's where the sound's going. If it's too far away or it's not positioned correctly, then that's definitely something to keep in mind. But like I say, there's a ton of movement here. You can move them up, down, in, out. So again, multiple different shaped ears, you're not going to have any issues at all. However, one thing that I would say is the only slight annoyance with that is that when you put them back into the charging case, they do have to go in a certain way at a certain size. So every time you get them out to wear them, it's not necessarily just a quick plug and play. You have to kind of mold them to your ears again, which some people may or may not be into. So in general, the sound side of things was actually not too bad. Now, don't get me wrong, it's nowhere going to be near as good as it can be for in-ear or over-ear headphones. Again, you don't get that coverage, you don't get anything going in the ear, you don't get the noise cancellation, you don't get that seal around that, but in general, the sound side of things is pretty good. It's kind of like having two mini Bluetooth speakers just on each side of your head when you're out and about, which I know sounds a little bit strange, but once you're kind of in that and you're immersed in the music, and again, you can hear all of the things going on around you, it's kind of a strange but nice experience. And again, with the case being as big as it is, we've also got a ton of battery life here. So on a single charge, you're going to be getting around 12 hours just with the earbuds themselves, and that goes up to around 48 hours when you take into account the charging case. Now also, if you do forget to charge them, a 5-minute charge is going to give you 1 full hour of listening. So again, they've got some nice fast charge in there, but in general, the battery life is pretty good. If you're going for maybe like an hour run a day or doing an hour workout a day, then again, these are going to last plenty. And to be honest, guys, that's going to do it on the OpenRock X. Now, don't get me wrong, there's maybe some better options for sport, whether it's bone conduction or in-ear headphones, but for what you're getting here for the price, for the overall sound quality, it's a pretty good package. But of course, guys, let me know in the comments section down below what you think of this style of earbuds, and also let me know what style you're using as well, whether it's over-ear, in-ear, or bone conducting, air conducting, and also what you're using them for. Are you just using them for around the house, or going out and doing a ton of sport, for example, or mixing audio, whatever it may be? Again, let me know in the comment section down below. If you did enjoy this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up while you're down there as well, and if you're not already subscribed, now's a great time to do so. And of course, once you've hit that subscribe button, don't forget to turn on the notifications so you're notified anytime I post a video here on the channel. I'm Michael from Copper vs Glass, thanks very much for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next video.